evening. I was just sitting up here thinking, hearing Alfred Hitchcock in my head as I was saying good evening. But welcome to Paranormal Hot Seat. It's girls' night on open mic night on here on Sunday, and with me I have Michael Ann, and Bree. And Bree is the sensitive, correct?
Yes, I am. Thank you.
Yeah, so we're gonna have some conversations here. Feel free to join us and talk about whatever you want to talk about today. We have an investigation coming up this weekend, Bree, at the it's called the Gleason County Jail. Well, it's the Gleason Jail, and it's an
Hmm.
old town. So I'm looking forward to this because the last time we were there, I forgot to turn on my microphone, so my video didn't have any
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking forward to that. So what's up with you, Michael?
Oh, Bree and I were just talking earlier, and just I was meditating and just getting weird stuff. You know how you do, like you do.
Yeah.
So a lot going on in the world right now with 5D, the UFOs. People still deny that they're UFOs, even though there's it's so stupid. I don't get it. It's like they could be looking at the blue sky. It's like there is no blue sky. I'm like, but it's right there. You
Didn't
know.
I'm trying to remember what Dedrick's name is on his page because didn't he just post some stuff
Yeah,
about
it's E. He changed it to EY something.
EY? Okay, I'm trying
Yeah,
to, there we go. I was thinking EV. Um,
yeah, something like that.
Let me see. Yeah, he was talking about the UFOs and the government saying that there's some motherships or something that's like in our or either gonna be or in our atmosphere, and so
Hmm.
yeah, we're gonna be getting invaded. I know it's not funny because if it happens, we're gonna be like, what the hell?
Yeah, I'm so ready for it. It's just not even funny. So
Like,
yeah,
yeah, take me. I need a vacation.
right. It's like Paul, beam me up for the
Yeah.
yeah. So,
It would be Scotty beam me up.
There you
Going
go.
old school
There you
Star
go.
Trek.
Beat
So
me up, Scotty. Yeah. So what kind of okay? So you're sensitive. So are you? Do you like randomly pick up stuff like Michael does? Do you do readings? What kind of stuff do you do?
I've never done any readings. It's just feelings that I've had. I've lived in houses that were haunted before, and I can feel bad vibes, good vibes. And then I also just feel when something's going to happen, and it usually does.
Oh wow. Okay. Hi, Facebook user. It just says Facebook user. I don't know who you are, but hi. Thanks for joining us.
thanks
Sometimes,
for the hearts. Yeah.
yeah, they have to give permission to for StreamYard to use their name and stuff. So haunted house. Where are you from?
So I'm originally from Washington, all over different
Hmm.
places: Bothell, Linwood, Mercer Island, Woodby Island, Everett, and then moved down here about almost 20 years ago to the Oregon area, lived in Portland, and I now live in Gearhart, and I've lived here for about 16 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
They've traveled all over.
Yeah, just the Northwest is my
The
thing.
Northwest.
So,
Yeah.
but
I've
been
seen
to
some.
Vegas, and there's certain places in Vegas. I couldn't tell you where they were, but I felt uneasy, and I'm like, nope,
Wow.
not going there.
Wow. Yeah, I have a niece that lives in Vegas. I can't wait to go back and visit her. So I, it depends. I can't say that I'm a sensitive, but when Michael and we were with the team in Oracle, Arizona,
Hmm.
and it's like I walked into a room and it's like, oh my god, I feel like somebody's watching me. What the hell? And
Yeah,
then
definitely.
yeah, and
That's
Kimberly
how I
goes, that's
feel
because
when I go
somebody's
into
looking in the
certain
window.
antique shops.
Yeah, and Kimberly goes,
Certain
that's because
antique
looking in the
shops,
window
I
over there.
feel, hmm
Wow. Yeah.
yeah,
So
I just feel like I clench up. There's times where I've told my husband, because we love old records and everything. I was like, babe, we gotta go, or
Yeah.
you can stay, but I gotta go.
yeah.
Hmm.
Wow. Yeah, because we were, like I said, walked into the bathroom and I had an uneasy feeling, and I walked into one of the other rooms. It's like, oh my God, somebody's watching. Yeah, she goes, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
peeking in the window. It's like, oh well, while we're using the bathroom, that's real nice. But of course,
I know, right?
nobody there. It's just so she was able to see him, so she's real
Mm-hmm.
good. She does. We were in the Gila County Jail last weekend. Was it last weekend? Last weekend,
Yeah, it
and
was not good.
um, Christina, one of the ladies on the team, she had a camera set up. I asked her if I could use her photo. Hopefully, I can pull it up. She won't mind. Um, she had a camera set up in one of the jail cells. It's like a big jail
Mm-hmm.
on the second floor. She had her camera set up. Well, when she went to look back at the footage, the camera had moved. The view of the camera had moved. It wasn't a whole lot, but it had moved. And none of us were in the actual jail cell because she put it back
Mm-hmm.
in the corner. Let's see. If you can see it, it's kind of dark. So if you look at the left part of it, you can kind of see where the you can kind of see where it moved a little bit.
Oh yeah.
And none of us were actually in the cell where the camera was sitting, so that was actually pretty cool. And then one of the REM pods. Have you ever actually gone on any investigations?
I've been on one, and it was just me doing it myself.
Okay.
But I do have. So, Michael, you remember Natalie Kello, right?
Of course, because she's one of my good friends, Gostoria. Well, now she's one of my
Exactly.
good friends, thanks to you.
And she
Yeah.
does like the underground tours in Astoria and stuff like that. And I'm not sure if she's I think she's a sensitive as well,
Yeah,
as
she
far
is.
as I know. Yeah, okay. That's what
She's
I
developing
thought.
her gifts. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, definitely.
And she, as far as I know, she hasn't seen anything like I've seen,
Hmm.
apparitions or whatever you want to call them, depending on what your definition is of
Yeah.
that.
Hmm.
But no, she's totally into that, and she's close by, and she's one of my best friends as well. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
been asking. I've sent links for her to possibly join our paranormal team. McMinn for the Pacific Northwest. I haven't talked to Eldon about it, but
hmm
to try and get in touch with him
Yeah.
because
That'll be
they do a lot of the cool underground investment. Matter of fact, they're going to the where is it? The Liberty Theater for
yeah, because
um,
it's all the
their
underground
paranormal
over
con. Yeah,
there. And
yeah,
then Gully's butcher shop,
yep,
because that's the Shanghai tunnels.
Oh
yeah.
wow. Yeah, we're always willing to expand in different states because we were one of the, you know, maybe even try New Mexico. But yeah, if you can get them in, that'll be great.
That would be cool. Yeah, it's called Ghostoria. So if you look that up,
Hmm.
Ghostoria, and it's all about just the Pacific Northwest, and it's mostly Astoria, but they do a little bit more expansion as far as that goes. But yeah, it's all about the Shanghai tunnels and that kind of thing,
Hmm.
and it goes under all of those, pretty much every business that's in Astoria.
Oh wow. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yeah, it's quite the because when I was down there, I was getting stuff, and of course, I get the reaction. Seriously, um, it's so funny. But yeah, I was picking up on people that live down there, the Chinese. There's
Yep.
and some just. It's really fascinating how it got so how the history, like Astoria, how it burned down, they built it over
Yep.
the burn and the tunnels,
Hmm.
and how they got things made out there because of the Shanghai and the slave work out there.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of wonderful history that people don't know about. Matter of fact, I think Ghost Hunters did a thing one time on the Pacific Northwest, and
I think they did. Yeah. And I remember one thing is back in the day, they used to have the trap doors. So they would get people drunk, put them over a certain trap door, and put them down there, and then they would shove them
Shanghai.
off to China. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh hell no.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like, girl, we've been through enough of that.
Right. It's
Mhm.
like yeah.
But
Mhm.
no, that's the history of basically because it's on the Pacific Northwest. It's near the ocean, it's near the river, so it was easy to transport people anywhere or
Hmm.
Mhm.
basically do whatever you wanted. And it's basically out here, it's the Wild West
Yeah,
of
yeah.
the Pacific Northwest.
We said that about Arizona. It's an open carry state, and yeah, just it's the Wild West.
Hmm.
Open meth state. I
Oh my
thought,
gosh, that's funny.
I thought, you know, a story in Warrenton, like they call that the meth capital of the world because of being a port city. A lot of times, the port authority doesn't check every single boat that comes in. They just
Hmm.
don't. They don't have the manpower. They just don't, especially if they come through the Warrenton port.
Yep.
So there's a lot of distribution of drugs and stuff and meth out there, and it's just. But the thing about the meth heads out there, they were nice. They
Yeah.
were like, "Can you
No,
spare some
that's true.
change?"
Even the homeless people, everyone out here, they've been more than nice to me. Like, I've never had an issue.
That's
Out
funny.
here, when I first got out here, guys like, "Do you have $5?" I'm like,
That's my sister.
$5? What happened to just
A
asking me for
buck.
like,
I
dude,
know.
no, I don't got $5.
Hmm.
$5 to give you, that's like, a McDonald's meal for me, dude. I'm not eating enough for my food,
Hey,
you know?
Creed. Don't she look like Shantae? That's my sister that just joined in, Anna. Don't she look like Shantae?
Oh, she's waving. Hey, Anna.
Oh, they have a picture of her. You can say, yeah, you look like you belong in our family.
Well, because Bree's biracial too.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
don't know how y'all got the good hair, but I got the white hair.
Yep. She said, yep.
All about the good hair, girl. Just
That's
make
right.
sure
That's
that you have the thing is you have to get the pink
I call it
like
the
back
mixed
in
juice
the
hair.
day, that pink. Oh, that helps my curls every day.
I know. Hey, Ghost fam. Hey, sis.
Hmm. Gotta get the pink.
Mm,
On her soul to put that down. So, but yeah.
I, yeah.
So I was going over some of the audio from last weekend, and Christina had actually posted in our group chat you could hear the REM pod. So the REM pod is this. Hers is a round device and it has an antenna on it, and it has lights. And when something comes near it, it beeps like an electromagnetic field or something like that.
Got it. Yeah. Uh-huh.
So the REM pod kept going off. Nobody was upstairs, but on her audio, you can hear a woman whisper, "Shut up," and then the thing quit work. It quit. It went off.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Well, because they'll drain your batteries. That's the
Yeah,
thing. Entities will drain your batteries.
yeah, but it wasn't neither one. None of us that said "shut up." It was a whisper, a really really light whisper. It goes, "Shut
They'll
up."
say something and drain your battery because they're
Yeah.
using that energy
Yep. It
to.
was funny. So the
Hmm.
thing just kept going off, and then I called. I still have to go through like 4 hours of audio for like each recorder. And then when Kimberly and Christina was down on the main floor, maybe you can hear them talking, and then I think it's the same woman's voice. She goes, "Shh." It was like, well, that
Oh,
was freaking cool.
like, shut up, girlfriend.
Right.
Don't
It's
talk.
like, yeah, lights out or whatever.
Yeah.
So, because the REM pod, I think the REM pod and the recorder was up on the women's side of the jail. So that's what
Hmm.
we were picking it up at. So yeah, that was pretty cool. So I still got a lot to go through, but to sit down and go through 4 hours of audio,
Oh,
especially
yeah.
when you got a REM
That's a
pod
lot.
blaring in your ear, because that thing just kept going off and kept going off. Didn't really get any with the photographs. I haven't gone through the video yet. Like I say, you just have to, patience, sit there and go through
Mhm.
4 hours of video. But yeah, it's interesting. I love it.
Yeah, it is fun. I like when the ghosts laugh at you.
Oh yeah, we've
Hmm.
had.
I've heard ghosts laughing before, but they're just kind of like, I'm
Yeah,
like, oh, God.
It's just funny. They're like, ha ha, let me just throw this glass off and see what. the stupid humans will do, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
We were
That's
we
kind
were
of, yeah.
we were leaving a
Oh,
location, and Spirit laughed at us. It was like, okay, so now you want to interact as we're leaving?
Hmm.
There was a woman's voice.
hmm
Ah.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
it is funny. It's,
Sometimes,
but I gotta love it. And people are like, you know, why aren't you afraid? I'm like, I'm afraid of humans, not the
I know
dead.
it's the yeah.
Yeah.
Freaking humans that scare me.
The humans is what pissed me off. I could deal
Hmm.
with old people.
hmm
Trying to come up with some more locations. It's around Arizona. There's so many teams here. Everybody does the same locations. So I'm trying to find some places that are not so
Hmm.
popular. But people, there's this place called the Reardon House. I think it's up near Prescott. Maybe
Mm.
it's Flagstaff. They insist that they're not haunted, but everything on the websites on the internet says that they are haunted. We didn't start that. The old owner started.
Hmm.
We're not haunted. I was like, okay, but and then some of these places want so much money to get in. Um, there's a theater. They want us to do an event. They want to charge us $2,000, and they want us to do the event there. Oh, Two Guns. That's right. Yeah, we were talking. Yeah, that's right about that. Thank you for reminding me. Two Guns, Arizona. I think everything's outdoors there. I don't think we need permission to
Wow,
go there.
two guns. That sounds fun. Two
Yeah,
guns.
Two Guns. So
Pew 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 pew.
did my little gun thing. That was such a geeky thing to do.
I
but
like it. It's awesome.
Right. It's like pew pew pew.
that's the Star Wars
I
thing.
still would like to do a I haven't investigated a cemetery. Those are my favorite. There's some really cool
Hmm.
ones in Oregon where I've never, we went there for they do talking tombstone walk at various, and so they have it like the haunt come alive. But I never got to investigate, and that would have been fun. It's one
Yeah,
thing I never got to do when I was out there.
yeah. That's
There
that
was,
one.
oh,
Um,
sorry to interrupt. I was just going to say, along the whole like tombstone thing, there's the two in Warrenton I really want to look at because one day, because I, for a long time, would go like when it was Veterans Day and, I'd put the flags in and I felt something.
wow.
And that was the one when you go towards Young's River Falls.
Oh yeah,
And I always felt, even just driving past, I felt something and it was just kind of, I felt like it was a wanting of somebody to visit.
Hmm.
Like I never got anything that was malicious from that. I kind of always felt they want you to visit
Yeah.
because I don't think a lot of them have any visitors
Yeah.
anymore. And so that's one I was looking at. And then one I have to ask Matt about later. And I'll let you know, Michael. But there's one that we used to go to. I can't remember exactly where it was, but that's another one where I'm like, people need to visit and just
Hmm.
be there for them. And it was more of that sort of cemetery.
Wow.
yeah,
Probably
Because
been
it was
around
it was
forever.
it was military folks, and I come from a military family, and I just felt that, and I felt
Mhm.
that they were almost reaching out to me, like we just, we want recognition,
Yeah.
we, you know, just
yeah,
somebody to love them still, even though they're in the ground and
And
whatever
not
happened
forget
to
about
them,
them.
and
Yeah.
hmm
Yeah. We had we always passed that one going to Globe, Michael. We always said that we're going to stop, and we
oh
never
yeah,
did.
yeah,
The
yeah.
cemetery on the
It
side of the
seems
road.
it's very small, but it looks like it would be fun.
It does. We had to
hmm
go early up to next time we go down to Globe or Bisbee or no Globe or Miami. Stop in, go early and stop in there. But
hmm
that'll be interesting. Ghosts don't only come out at night.
exactly.
Because by the time we finish our investigation, it's like 2 in the morning. We're like trying to get home, so we don't be
Yeah,
thinking stopping at the cemetery then.
It's like, oh, let's stop here and get arrested. Woohoo!
like the cop that did me in Glendale. So, what are we doing in the cemetery at midnight? I was like, ghost hunting.
Getting bodies for experiments.
So, but can you imagine the story he told his buddies though? I pulled this lady over in the cemetery. She said she was ghost hunting. I was like, ghost hunting? He was like, can I see your ID, please? I'm like, damn it. I'm about to get a trespassing ticket. Probably that was his interesting story for the night. Yeah, the ghost hunting lady in the cemetery. But they since blocked that thing off. They put gates up there. I guess they were letting a lot of people come through there. Even though you can still walk around the gate, but still. And then we had the one in Mesa that we would go to all the time. Found out that it's privately owned. I didn't know it wasn't a public cemetery, but we used to go get lots of hits there, cat balls and all kind of motion stuff going off. And yeah, so that one was pretty cool, especially in the children's section. You can get a lot of activity in children's sections.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those kids. That's always sad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially when they're small. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's Michael, not Michael. Oh, Kimberly. She had asked me the other day in the jail. She's like, "Can I ask you a question?" I was like, "Sure." I would told my son this story today, my oldest son, and he said he got chills. And she's like, "Have you ever lost a child?" And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
"Yeah." She's like, "It was a boy?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Well, he says that you're a good mom, and he wants to know if you forgive him for leaving you because he was stillborn." I was like, "Oh, oh,
Aww.
of course."
Yeah.
Audrey goes, "Damn, I remember that." I was like, "Yeah, she was right on with that one." So yeah, that was interesting because she goes, "Yeah, there's something behind you." I was like, "Okay." Should I be nervous?
Mm-hmm.
But it was an interesting investigation. So we got that. We got the seance coming up in May. That's gonna be cool.
I know. I really like to go to that.
Yeah, they probably still got tickets. My
Mm-hmm.
sister's gonna go. We got tickets to go. Um, I'm trying to think. We got running out of stuff. We had a lot of stuff. Like every other week, we had stuff going on, either investigations or. And then we got the Paracon, the Ghost of Glow Paracon. So
Mm-hmm.
That's in April.
yeah, so that's gonna be cool. Never been to a Paracon before.
You need to come out, Ray.
Yeah, I'm looking more into all this kind of stuff. Like now that I have actually a little extra time with the new job I have, like I can focus on this kind of stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
especially after my dad passed away, I notice I'm getting more in tune with what I used to have, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And he wasn't into this kind of stuff, but I just feel like because now that it's somebody that's very close with me that passed over, I feel like I
Mm-hmm.
have a more close connection with that kind of thing, if that
Yeah.
makes
To the thing.
sense.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah. Because he believed in that, and he's contacting you and stuff. So
Oh
definitely.
yeah, definitely. He's contacted
Yeah.
me in my dreams, and he was never into this kind of, he would call it mumbo jumbo
Yeah.
because he's like, oh, you're such a hippie or this, that. But
Mm-hmm.
I knew deep down he realized it's like, no, you have a gift, like you know certain things. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so that was always kind of something I was trying to get him to realize a little bit more. And yeah.
yeah. Come on out to visit. We'll show you around. Go on some investigations.
Oh my God, that would be awesome. Like even my
That would be
husband,
fun
like
to
he's
have.
becoming more open to that kind of stuff. Like he's
Mm-hmm.
not an open person as far as that goes, but he'll go with me and he doesn't think that I'm lying, or you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
he doesn't think I'm
Mm-hmm.
just making it up. He's just not a sensitive. He's very,
Normal.
yeah, I hate to say it. Yeah,
He's normal.
Michael, you know him. He's closed minded when it comes to that, but he will support me in whatever he
Absolutely.
thinks that
Yeah.
I know is right. And
Yeah.
so,
He never thought of me as being odd, or he just like, we love you, and
Yeah,
it's such a
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's the thing. It's like, and that would be perfect because I think in certain situations, it is actually helpful to have somebody there who necessarily doesn't believe in it to just be like your ground rock.
Right.
And if I tell him, like, I saw this, he'd be like, you saw that. And he would understand that even if he didn't see it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And that helps, especially if it was a dangerous situation. He'd be like, no, I believe you. I
Yeah.
think that you felt this, you saw this, you know.
Yeah.
So that wouldn't be an issue at all. Like,
That's
and I
good.
think he wants to be open to that. He's not he's just not open. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
Yeah. It's funny being a single woman and a ghost hunter because I've had guys ask me, "So, what are you looking for?" I go, "Well, I'm looking for somebody that don't think I'm weird.
Ghost.
I like to go ghost hunting." And they're
Right.
like, "Okay."
So funny.
Are you seeing anybody? Yeah, tall, dark shadow figures.
Ah, that's hilarious. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's this hotel Bree up in near Prescott. It's up northern Arizona. It's called the Hacienda Inn. I
Hmm.
got a room at this place. I was supposed to go there this weekend. Plans changed. The lady called me. She was like, "Well, I got an email about your cancellation, so I rescheduled." She got me in this room. They call it Faith's room. It's room 426. I was reading a story up on it. Faith checked in with her husband on their honeymoon at this hotel. When
Hmm.
he left, she waited 3 days on this dude to come back. He never came back. And then the balcony that's in the room, she hung herself on this balcony. And I am going to stay in this room next month.
I'm that type of person. Well, actually, have you ever been to Port Angeles?
Uh-uh.
I will double check with my mom, but we've stayed in this hotel a couple times. It was an old brothel.
Wow.
Mm.
And
Those are
so,
interesting.
yeah, the room we stayed in wasn't that. It was fine. I don't think anything happened there, but they showed us around the hotel because there was nobody else there. And I felt things in other rooms, and the same kind of things happened,
Yeah.
like women hanging themselves, or um, they were murdered. One woman got thrown off a balcony, that kind of
Wow.
thing. And I felt it when I went into those rooms.
Wow. Yeah,
And
because
when the room that me and my mom stayed in, I still felt something, but it wasn't malicious. It was more like a cry for help.
mm-hmm.
It was more like if it was other spirits coming into that room or whatever, because they're all connected in a
Yeah.
way.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But it is, and it's a beautiful hotel. It's a really nice stay, but yeah, I felt things. And even my mom, she's like, I had really weird dreams last night. I was like, yeah, I bet you
Mhm.
did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I bet you did. Mhm.
Hmm.
So I guess this hotel, or the hotel dates back to 1927. So when
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
she originally booked the room for me, it wasn't Faith's room, it was the room next door to it.
Hmm.
She had called me after she changed the reservation. She called me like 2 minutes later. She was going, "Well, not only did I upgrade you, I got you in room 426." I was like, "Wait, is that Faith's room?" She goes, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah."
I know. I can't wait.
Yeah, so you got to go, Michael?
Do I gotta go?
No, I said, "Are you going to go?"
Yeah, I already asked for it off.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Well, you
Yeah.
need
we're good
off for
then.
that Monday, yeah, because you don't work Sundays anyway. But yeah, that's going to
Yeah, I don't
be,
work Sundays, so
yeah,
yeah.
some
So
video
we can
and
meet
audio. And
because it's what, Sunday through Monday. We're gonna
yeah,
go.
yeah.
Yeah.
Checkout is like
So
Monday at 11.
yeah. So I'm not working Sunday, and I asked just the Monday off, so I don't have to hurry home to work and stuff, and then um I got to ask for the 22nd off for the Paracon, and then but I'm not sure if they'll do that based on, I gotta ask for 10 days off to go to Colorado.
Yeah.
But Colorado's more of a getting
Do me a favor.
stuff
Leave
done
them in
type
my
of a
box for the
deal.
charger, or I can go in the
Oh, she
So
bedroom.
didn't
yeah.
hang herself. She jumped from the balcony. I'm looking at it as we're talking.
Why
She,
would you do that over a man? Like, why?
Yeah.
I
so
mean,
it says Faith
Brady, I
waited
know that you
3
would
days.
never, like, if Matt left, you're like, okay, bye.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess there's been
Yeah, I'm
so
not killing myself over a man. There's no way.
yeah, there's no way. So I'm looking at the website. One part says that she jumped to her death. Another part says she waited for 3 days, became more distraught and disturbed as the days went on, and on the third day, the desperation got to her and she hung herself. The hotel
I
Mm.
think
stayed
she was
body on the day
suffering.
before.
I guess she was suffering from what they would have called melancholy back then. I think it's just she was just overwhelmed. She didn't have anybody, and she just like, you know what? I don't have a man anymore. I'm just gonna end it all.
Yeah, that's
It's
crazy.
kind of what I'm picking up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Had
Definitely.
some video camera set up, some audio set up, some room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you probably won't get no sleep. She said that Faith likes shiny things, so probably get some costume jewelry and lay some stuff around and do some trigger objects
There you
to
go.
see if she picks up anything. She goes, "You'll get it back," but she likes shiny stuff. I was like, "Okay, make
Get
sure
it
not to
back.
take my rings or anything off."
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah,
So funny. So funny. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff out there in the that I didn't get to chance to investigate and stuff. Just time and just I don't know, just trying to get in there because you've got to basically contact the people, and then there's that whole liability thing, and blah
yeah,
blah blah, and
yeah. I'm
blah
disappointed
blah.
that we didn't get to do the library.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted $2 million in liability insurance. It's like, really?
Isn't that crazy?
It's like we're just this tiny paranormal team. They
Like
want
it's your ghosties. If they attack us, we should be suing you.
so I still
You
want to do
know?
the human territorial prison. That's going to be interesting. Oh, she fell
Yep.
off.
Yeah.
She got kicked out. So yeah, that one's $1,000 and $1 million in liability insurance. But I think that one would be definitely interesting. The old prison.
Mm-hmm.
If an old jail is getting a lot of activity, you can imagine how much activity an actual prison will get.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's some
Yeah.
place that you want to investigate that you haven't been able to investigate yet.
Well, what I've been looking at is these the historic graves that are out here.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of famous people built, out here, buried, and that's kind of what I want to investigate to see if we can pick up any last words that those people have done, and things like that. That's kind of in my thing to do, to be honest. So, and I was looking online. There's some that are close that we could go to. That's
Oh, okay.
would take like 3 hour drive or something. Uh,
Yeah, there's well, I know everybody talk about Boot Hill Cemetery and Tombstone, but I guess there's another one, the Tombstone Cemetery. So I kind of want to. Is it Tombstone Cemetery? I'm like googling as we talk. But
yeah. So
there's
like Waylon Jennings is out here.
oh, that's the one. Yeah, that's the one we went to. He's at the Mesa Cemetery. I
Oh, is
actually
he?
got cat ball hits at his grave.
Oh wow. And
Yeah, we went out there with Billy the night we got hit by the drunk driver.
oh
We went to the Mesa Cemetery. That's where he's buried, and we got some cat ball hits. And yeah, we go to another cemetery and get hit by a drunk driver. So
yeah. Let's see. The Barry Goldwater. Um, Ted Williams, Hugh Downs. Cochise is buried out, the famous Indian. So
oh yeah, really?
yeah, so there's
Oh wow.
Um, there's a lot
Yeah,
out
see,
here in Arizona.
yeah, we have to look into it. Get Stacy to maybe look into some stuff. There's supposed to be, what is it? The Lost Dutchman mine that's supposed to be haunted out there by Superstition Mountain. I
Oh,
think.
I've wanted to go to Superstition Mountain for quite some time.
Yeah,
Um, just to feel it, I guess. You know.
we could do that. We don't have to. We don't have to raise that. We can just drive out there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we
So
can do
just
that one Saturday or something. We'll just drive
that'd
out
be
there.
fun.
I think my
Yeah.
sister was telling me that there's a store out there near the mountain that has a lot of activity in it. I guess from the mine or whatever it is. If she's still on here, maybe she can say something. If she's still in the chat.
Yeah, I think she probably went to go eat, Bree. She's probably getting hungry.
Oh, she did say she was going to eat some shepherd's pie.
Yeah,
And
she
that's
did.
fine. And
Her and her pie.
her duck à l'orange.
She is. She's it's pretty interesting because she came. I met her. We immediately connected. You know, like I've known her forever, just like you. It seems like I've known you forever.
Yeah,
And you know, it was so hard to leave. You know, my extended family back in the Pacific Northwest, but I was so
yeah.
lucky to have found you and Anna and my the paranormal family out here. So,
Oh, well, we're glad. I'm glad we found each other.
oh
It's
yeah,
like it's
definitely.
like that. We just hit it off instantly as soon as we met. It's like, okay,
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
and then,
great.
people, that's why, for me, like I was talking about, I brought it up with Pastor Wild Bill, or not Pastor, sorry, Lord have mercy, Reverend Wild Bill,
Reverend Wild Bill.
um, about, reincarnation. So, a lot of times I think when you have that connection, it's a connection you've had because you do run in circles. You know that connection from a past life or whatever. It's just
Yeah.
like these. It's interesting. I was watching this thing on YouTube about a boy who um, was one of the jumpers from 9/11. And he doesn't like tall buildings, doesn't like fire, he doesn't like planes. He was describing the 911 incident without ever being exposed
Wow.
to the Twin Towers. He was talking about Twin Towers when he had no recollection. It's like, no, and parents are like, why would we show a 2-year-old about
Right.
I mean, it is just inconceivable.
Wow.
So it's just interesting how some people can perceive these things and then say that, reincarnation doesn't exist.
Yeah. So yeah, she
Oh,
said
there's
it's
a
a gift
gift.
shop. Yeah, the gift shop at the ghost town that has activity.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to one of these Saturdays. We'll have to drive over there. It's what 45 minutes from here. It's not very far.
That'll
If
be
that.
fun.
Yeah, it's not that far. Road trip.
I know I love road trips. I just haven't done a lot lately. Yeah, it was
That's
so fun just to get out the other day.
I know that's what we were just talking about. But yeah, my niece, she said, Trinity is kind of she's like an empath. And
Hmm.
when I told her that I met you and I told her what your name was, she goes, Aunt Donna, you should have known just because of her name that she was meant to be your friend because my brother's name was Michael. He's passed on, and my mother's name was Ann, and she's passed on too. She was like,
Yeah,
you guys were meant to be friends.
there you go.
It's like, okay. Michael.
Yeah, fast and friends. Yeah,
Now
yeah.
I'm looking at
It's
the Lost Dutchman's website too.
oh, the Lost Dutchman. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, that's about camping. I don't do camping. Mm-mm.
I glamp. Sorry.
Glamping. Yeah, that sounds more like it.
Oh yeah, I'm not sleeping on the ground at the age of
Oh hell.
59. There's
Oh hell
no,
no. No,
no, no, no.
no.
Mm-mm.
I wonder if my brother still has his camper. They go camping a lot. He's got the camper. He even has a toilet in his thing. He's like, yep, that's what he does. He goes glamping.
Yep, glamping is it. You got to glamp. Yeah, that's what Kimberly was saying. To go to the lake or just have an out, and that would be fun. Matter of fact, I would love to go glamping at one of these lakes and do an investigation because of the possible, suicides or things that have happened out
Or
there,
just
or people throwing
over at
bodies.
Lake Pleasant. Somebody's always drowning over there. It's like,
You're funny. There's always drown over there.
yeah, somebody's
Yeah,
always dying over there. And then well, they say the water fuels paranormal activity anyway.
yeah. It's a
Road
conduit.
dogs. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I know road dogs. Yeah, so it's uh there's so much to do. It's just like, oh gosh, I wish I had more money, but you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's funny when you said road dogs. I was when I went down to Miami, and I rode down by myself. And I was coming back. I was like, I don't have my road dogs with me. I got to ride by myself. I
I
didn't have
know.
anyone riding with me.
It's like, where's my commentary?
Well, we always got to stop at Circle K and get snacks at 3 in the morning.
Always, yeah, Circle K. Because there's always that one person that, like, seriously, why did you even come to work?
I know. And then there's the lady that stopped us at like 3 in the morning when I had the ghost hunting shirt on. And she goes, "Are
Right?
you really a ghost hunters with ghost hunters?" I was like, "No, but I am a ghost hunter." She goes, "I love that shit."
I know people, they either hate it or why do you believe in that? Like, well,
Yeah.
because I
It's like, why don't you
do.
believe in it?
Exactly. Why don't you believe in it? Because
Yeah.
there's so much beyond the veil that, people don't get. And it's like I tell people, it's unfortunate that we have to die.
Hmm.
Um, but on the other hand, it's also to tell people they're only like a breath away. They're just right through that little veil that fortunately and unfortunately, some of us can tap into and hear
Yep.
and connect with. But all is not lost when people, you know,
When they
pass
pass
away.
on.
It's
Yeah.
always hard. Definitely, I've experienced a lot of loss in the last year, but I know that I can contact them or whatever. You know, but they're
Yep.
probably hanging out in their world or wherever their heaven is, and
Hmm.
so that's always a neat
Yeah.
thing as well.
I always know that my mom visits me from time to time. I'm not afraid of it. Like I said, I'll be sleeping. It feels like somebody sits on my bed. And I'm like, okay, who's visiting?
Oh, yeah, exactly. And they visit. There are dream walkers and things, so people, like Bree was saying that her dad visits in her dreams, and those are people that can do dream walking and things. So,
Yeah, she visited my
it,
son in his
it
dream.
yeah.
Hmm.
So that's how I knew my grandma had passed. It was interesting because I had a dream. She'd been in the hospital. This was when I was 12. She'd been in the hospital, and I had a dream the night before. Like, she showed up with who um, was Jesus in a limo. It was weird, like a black limousine, like you have for funeral processions. She got out with Jesus, and she goes, "I have to leave you."
Oh,
Um, and I'm not able to say goodbye. And I'm like, "Where are you going?" And she goes, I'm going to heaven. I have to leave you." So the next day, I'll never forget this. I was eating cereal, and my mom got the call and said, "Your grandma passed away." And I said, "I know." That was it. I went to school.
wow.
No emotions or anything. I didn't let it out. And then the day of her funeral, They they weren't supposed to have an open casket.
Wow.
It was supposed to be closed. So my scene was like something out of a movie. I ran up to the casket and started yelling, "Wake up, Grandma, wake up," thinking my upbringing, Lazarus, I had enough faith that I could bring her back from the dead. I don't know
Wow.
what, nobody ever explained to me what death was. This was my first, other than my grandfather who died, which I really didn't interact with.
Yeah.
Um, he died, uh, and I knew he was going to die too. That was when I was 4. But my uncles had to come and drag me away
Wow.
from the casket, and of course, that didn't end well. And then, yeah, just a lot of, oh my gosh. But that was when I really didn't know my gift. And people, that's why I like to talk to psychic kids, because sometimes they think their gift is a mental disease because they hear voices or they
Hmm.
see things, and their parents will say, yeah, that's not normal. Of course, it's not normal. They're
Well,
gifted,
yeah.
and there are people out there that are, yeah, definitely need to be put on a lot of medication and are psychotic.
Hmm.
We know this, but in most cases it's because they're gifted and their parents are just, you know, drowning their gifts, you know.
Yep. Because especially when they don't understand it, so they just, they like I said, they drown it because they don't know how to deal with it themselves.
And it makes them sick. My mom just disregarded my gifts for so long, and I was, whew, yeah, I dealt with a lot of icky stuff and trauma and things, and just having to see things, and then when you don't have anyone to talk to, you hold that in, and it becomes stress, it becomes depression, it becomes this, it becomes that, and then next thing you know, you're talking to a psychologist about, oh yeah, I hear voices, I hear this, and I hear that, or whatever. So yeah, so I agree. I really love to mentor psychic kids and people who are coming into their gifts, because some people get their gifts later on in life, and they
Hmm.
have a trauma or something happens, and they come back blessed. And yeah, so yeah.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Okay. Well, we're not quite at an hour, but we're like 48 minutes, so maybe we'll just go ahead and cut it here since we
Yeah,
don't
it's a
know.
good ending point,
Yeah, yeah, that's a good point to
because
close.
everybody's watching the Oscars right now, to be honest.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Well, I'm not interested in it. This just Oscars just drag on, and
Yeah.
I watched Chris Rock special the other day. That was pretty freaking funny.
Oh yeah, on Netflix.
Well, it
I
started out
haven't.
kind of slow, but it ended funny.
Oh, did yeah? I haven't gone to that at all. But yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad Bree came on. She's always fun.
Yeah, me too. That was nice of
She's.
her to pop
I
in
know
for a little bit.
we'll have
And
to have her on again.
yeah,
But yeah,
definitely. She's not eating shepherd's pie.
I know, right? I'm pretty sure you don't, like me. You don't stand in front of a girl about when they're trying to eat. So
Right.
yeah. Okay, well, we'll do
All
this
right.
again
For
next
those
week.
who have tuned in, we appreciate you coming in and spending this 50 minutes with us. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
I am going to take us out here and have a good night. See you guys next
Yep.
time.
See you later. Talk to you later.